Welcome to Count Stackula on YouTube. Thank you so much for tuning into another one of my videos. Today, y'all, I've got a little bit more eye candy of my recent silver pours to share with you. We're also going to talk about the crazy spot price of silver. Let's dive in. Alright, so just a reminder to like, share, comment, and subscribe on my videos if you like this content and would like to see more in the future. I really want to bring up that viewership so that we can go full-time YouTube. Wouldn't that be awesome? So, before we get into the eye candy, we need to talk a little bit about the spot price of silver, I think, because it's definitely been making some moves. Today, up over $1. How about that? Impressive. And rather recently, it was kind of on the decline. I'm not really going to talk about why, because who knows? But if you were a smart stacker, then you took advantage of those lower prices in silver, like I did. And when silver spot hit 22 and change, and 23, I was buying. So I just added 40 ounces to my stack, and that's quite a bit for me for now. So I'm okay, you know, and of course it's all more silver grain because I am in love with pouring silver, guys. After that first pour that I shared on the channel last week, and let's take a look at it because now it looks a little bit different. And I couldn't resist the urge to artificially tone it, to antique it, to see what it would look like. And honestly, it looked a lot better when I did it immediately, like after toning it. And I'll share some photos on screen with you so you can see what I'm talking about. It had a lot more purples and blues and just vibrant colors, and it's since faded, and that's typically what happens with artificial tone as it reacts with the air. But yeah, as you can see down here, there were some more nice blues and purples. But I absolutely love this piece. It was so cool, and it came out, it changed a lot for me. It proved that my method is sound and it will work for pouring silver. So I went ahead and I doubled down and I bought some more silver, but I also did another pour. So let's take a look at the twin brother here to that dragon that I just poured yesterday. And as you can see, it's a little harder to tell what's going on without the toning, but it's pretty much all there. And I haven't even removed the sprue that I did on this one. But this is raw. This is very raw. And I wanted to share this with you guys as it is before I clean it up, because you can see there's some flashing that is razor sharp there where the silver kind of leaked out, but all good, easy to remove. It's like tinfoil. Here's a little bit more tricky, but this is, you know, where the air vent is, and it worked magnificently. So this actually came out great. It was really great. I just have a little cleanup to do. The only spot I think I noticed in error was like right there, as you can see on this one. It's just a little hole there at the top. No big deal, because for all intents and purposes, it's an identical copy, and it proves that my molds are reusable. So, but the main feature of this unique stacker piece that I created is that, boom, it stacks. It stacks, y'all. It stacks really well. It stacks so well that I am going to defy gravity. Almost. Almost defying gravity with how well it stacks. As you can see here. Oh, shit. I'm just going to play with this for a little while, if you don't mind. Let's see if we can demonstrate a little bit better here. Okay, so this is just holding it flat. Now I'm gonna tilt it. This is about 45 degrees. At 45 degrees, it'll separate. But otherwise, it stacks, okay? It stacks really well. I'm super thrilled, and it stacks just on both sides, like that. Pretty impressive. Well, that's even more than 45 degrees. That's almost vertical. That's almost vertical. So, as you can see, it works magnificently. I love it. I absolutely love it. I can't wait to see like a bunch of these together, towering one on top of another. So that came out great. I like the toning. Yeah, I couldn't resist artificially toning it. It just helps bring out a little bit of the depth and of the image. But we have some other pieces to take a look at. So this next one, also a dragon, and I shared it on the channel before in the prototype form, and it's hard to see what's going on. So let me share with you what the 3D print looks like, because in silver it's so shiny you can't really see. But again, you know, it stacks. It stacks. So it's a cool dragon. When I tone it up, you'll be able to see the detail pop a little bit better. Am I getting 100% of that detail to come in on the molds? No, but it's close to like 90% of that detail, and it's pretty darn good. So I'm happy with it. Of course, it is double-sided, you know, and that's what makes the whole stack aspect of it so cool. So I've got that. That was a good one. I cleaned it up a little bit already. Now let's take a look at some of my fails. All right. So I did another one. This is obviously a Pegasus. As you can see here, this Pegasus, I kind of like, I missed a little bit on this one because I was too slow with the pour, so it actually dried up there a little bit too quickly, and I didn't get a good solid pour out of it. I do think that this mold is probably reusable, and it could come out pretty cool, actually, if done correctly, but we'll see. This was not a great pour, but got some cool ripples there, but it's definitely going back in the hopper. And then I have one more that also I feel was kind of like a failure a little bit. I tried to do this tiger, but it just isn't coming out as clearly as I would like the tiger to pop, you know. Taking a look at the piece, that's the one side, here's the other. So yeah, it just didn't come out good enough for me to say, you know, maybe something went wrong here. So back in the hopper with you, but overall a success. And I'm also happy to announce that, you know, like in one of my last videos, and I was talking about how bad this smell was when I poured for the first time with this machinery, and I was skeptical whether or not I could do this regularly because, you know, it stunk up the place. But I realized that that's just, you're breaking in the machine, and it stinks as it's cooking up all the particulate from the, you know, factory basically. And after the first burn, it doesn't stink anymore. So I was able to pour these, and it didn't really make a huge funk, which is great. So I can actually pour more frequently than I thought. So I'm happy about that. I'm gonna do some more pours. We might see another Pegasus here, but I'm waiting on some more bits to arrive to make some more molds, so I've been a little bit slow with that. But theoretically, I suppose these molds could last, I don't know, maybe 15-20 times. But I've noticed that they do chip a little bit slightly. when I'm pulling out the piece, or when it comes out, there I can often find some of the graphite within the embedded into the silver, and I have to like kind of just poke a needle to get it out. But overall, it's a fun experience. I like doing this stuff, and I think you're going to see a lot more of this from me here in the future. I'd like to get to the point where I have enough that I can sell it. So that's the plan. So I'm feeling very good about all of that. Let's get all this beautiful silver into focus here and chat a little bit more about everything. So yeah, that is pretty much it. But like, let me tell you, I have changed my stacking strategy, because when I first started this channel, I was showing off a lot of the cool coins that I had in my collection. And well, yeah, I still have all those, but I'm kind of done collecting coins, guys. I think I've changed my stacking strategy. Right now, all I really want to do is get silver at the bottom bargain dollar possible. And there's no better way than to stack silver grain like this and pour silver, because, I mean, dude, this is better than buying 10-ounce bars. I'm getting it as close to spot as it gets. This is like $2 over spot, and I'm so thankful that I made that choice. Although it wasn't easy, and I did have to put a lot of money into the machines in order to make this hobby a reality. So it's definitely not for everyone, and I wouldn't recommend it for most people. But if you do want to get into pouring silver, it's a good way to get silver cheap at cost. And yeah, it takes a lot of time and effort to make designs and put together your own silver, but this is definitely something that I think I will be doing from now on. And quite frankly, I don't really miss all the coins and all the collecting that much. I see some cool new pieces coming out every now and then, and I look at the price and I'm like, you know what? No, I'm happier making my own silver these days, and that's just how it's going to be. I pretty much stopped collecting. So where I was getting like the Tudor Beast collection, I got the first two in the series, and now came the Bull, and I look at it and I see the King Charles on the obverse, and I'm like, yeah, it's a nice bull, but no. So yeah, I've kind of given up on the modern bullion in favor of the grain. So that's just how it's going to be for quite some time. So I don't think we're going to see too many good, bad, ugly new coin design video segments on the channel for quite some time. But that's okay. This is my thing. I'm into it. We're gonna show off some of my recent silver pours, and they're gonna get more interesting and more complex as we go. And yeah, I think it's just gonna be great. I can't wait to share all that with you. So that is how my stacking strategy has changed over more recent times here. So an update on the 3D printing boxes and stuff. We made a bunch of new products. They're all listed in the description. So for all your coin stacking and bar stacking needs, hit me up down in the comments if there's something that you want me to custom make. Maybe somebody else will want it too, so why not? I could potentially do custom designs for free, essentially for free, and then just list the item. So hit me up if I've got the time. I'll put it together. Let's take a look at a couple designs that I'm playing with right now for future pours and see what you think. I've got a little phoenix going on here. It's kind of hard to tell what's going on because there's so much in the background, but it's basically perched on some branches with flowers in the background. I don't know how well that's going to translate to metal, and I might remove the background in favor of a more fractaled geometric design. I also have this neat wizard that it's really hard to see what's going on. There it is. Yeah, there's this Wizard Merlin here that I think could possibly come out pretty sweet, although it's a bit incused, but yeah, it's nice. It's a nice deal. So these possibly might be coming soon. And now they're, you see the thickness is a little bit different here because these still have not been updated. These are 1.8 ounces. And I haven't measured this one, but I assume it's about the same. It should be exactly the same, 1.8 ounces. And I still haven't adjusted for the thermal expansion, but this is. And so this is like the new chunky size that it should be, more or less. It should look a little bit like this for a 2 ounce piece. So just a touch thicker. Of course, this one, this one is the same size. Okay, this has a little bit of shrinkage. So actually, yeah, there's more shrinkage in the silver than you might think, but I think I have that all calculated out so I can get even numbers. But honestly, I don't think it matters. I wasn't gonna waste all that time I spent making the molds just to give a hoot about 0.2 ounces. Also, one thing I haven't talked about is, for this one, I did a lot of trial and error on engraving here, and unfortunately, I couldn't quite get the text to engrave very well onto the edge, and I ended up having to sand it down and remove it chemically, remove the sanding. I'm sorry, not chemically, mechanically remove the sanding, the engraving that I did on the sides, because it just I wasn't getting a good engraving. It wasn't very legible. So naturally, I've wanted a laser for a long time, but I also ruled that out because of how expensive it is, and for what I'll be using it for, it's just not worth it, because I would have to get a fiber laser, and a fiber laser is thousands of dollars. So I'm definitely not going to get that just to mark up my silver, and only use custom text from even the cooler texts that are available on the internet, would still not be worth the effort if I could laser engrave it. So what solution did I come up with? Well, I think we're going to share that on the next video. So you'll see it's in the works. By the next time you see this piece, it will be marked and it will have its weight engraved into it. And I think I have an interesting method planned out for that. So we'll share that later on the next video. So thank you so much for tuning in and watching, and please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Count Stackula on YouTube. And check out those links in the description if you have any 3D printing box needs. I did just pick up an extra 3D printer, so we are cruising. I'll have my print farm in the works as well. All right. Thank you so much, y'all, for tuning in. This is Count Stackula. Peace.